Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome. It's another edition of a Watchalong video. Today we are covering the first legs of the quarterfinal doubleheader Champions League matches between Bayern and Real Madrid, and also Sporting versus Arsenal. Yes, the Champions League quarterfinal is finally almost underway. These are the games that you've actually been waiting for ever since the league phase was concluded and these ties were decided. Some very interesting games that you have lined up for this quarterfinal segment. Of course, other matches are going to be covered tomorrow. Atleti versus Barca, and of course PSG versus Liverpool. But today our focus is on Real Madrid versus Bayern, and of course Sporting versus Arsenal. Madrid and Bayern, two teams that have almost a lot of pedigree in the Champions League. Also two teams that have made it to the most Champions League quarter-final encounters, yes, in history. These two teams have met each other on so many occasions. Of course, it's not going to overshadow the Sporting versus Arsenal game. And anyway, guys, if you are there and it is your first time on this channel, please make sure you do me that awesome favor of liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Of course, match lineups are already out. Let me just sort this out. Give me a second, guys. See. Of course, this is what awaits us today. Of course, head-to-head, all the lineups for these two games, Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Of course, for Madrid, more or less lining up in a 4-4-2 system with Lunin in goal. Of course, Courtois is out until the end of April, maybe early May. So that's when you expect him back. Of course, Carreras, yes, the guy who was signed from Benfica. This guy was actually a youth product of Manchester United. Man like Carreras was actually let go by Eric Ten Hag a couple of seasons ago. Then, of course, Hausen, Rudiger, and Trent in defense. And, of course, in midfield, got Adagula, Chouameni, Pitach, and, of course, Valverde. And, of course, Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe as the guys who are playing up front. Which, to me, this is a dynamic that has not worked for Real Madrid at all, because these two actually more or less like to play in the same position. Mbappe is always wanting to drift wide into the left wing position and more or less get the ball and actually run at the defense, and so does Vinicius. So I don't know how these two are going to accommodate each other, because these are tactics that has clearly not worked for Real Madrid this season, where Mbappe goes out to the left while Vinicius is also occupying the position. So in short, Mbappe is supposed to play as the center forward, but vacates this central area, and of course that means that now they don't really have an outlet up front. But anyway, we're gonna see how they are gonna play today. Eventually, I do think that if Real Madrid were to have any chance in this game, this guy should have actually benched. Maybe bring on who's actually on the bench. See who's on the bench for them winning. Master Tuano, or even when they played with Adagule and also Brahim Diaz. I think Brahim Diaz should be the guy who should have played in this position as the false nine. But anyway, we'll see how they're gonna play. And of course, Manuel Neuer in goal. This is also back for Madrid, or for Bayern Munich rather. Stanisic, Pamecano, Ota, and Lima, Kimmich, Pavlovic, Olise, Gnabry, Luis Diaz, and of course Harry Kane. Harry Kane passing a late fitness test, available for this game. Then, of course, for the guys on the bench, we've got Gonzalez for Madrid, Carvajal, Alaba, Militao, Fran Garcia, Asensio, De Ceballos, Camavinga, Bellingham, Brahim Diaz, Mastertuano, and of course, Garcia. How many Garcias on the bench, man? And of course, for Bayern Munich, Ubrich, Alfonso Davis, glad to see him back, Ito, Kim Min-jae, Guerrero, Osmani, Musiala, Karl, Goretzka, Bishop, and of course Nicholas Jackson. Of course, this is the Bayern Munich is actually the team that has been picked as the pre-tournament favorites, especially after actually pre-tournament and also now this whenever now the quarterfinal or the round of 16 ties were decided. as the team that is supposed to go all the way to win this trophy or this competition. Also for other featured game rather, Sporting versus Arsenal. For Sporting, playing a 4-2-3-1 formation of Silva in goal, Araujo, Inacio, Diomande, and of course Franceda, and of course Morita, Simons, and of course Trincao, Pote, Kutamo, and of course Suarez as the lone striker. For Arsenal, Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Califiori, Odegaard, Zubamendi, Rice, Madueke, Trossard, and of course Gyökeres. Now Saka today for Arsenal still unavailable. Is unable to pass the lat fitness test, so that means Saka is unavailable. For the bench, for Sporting of Kalai, Virginia, Quaresma, Georgios, Manas, Debast, Ranganda, Giorgi, Gonzalez, Neil, and of course Fai. As for Arsenal, of Ghost Kepa, Ranson, Mosquera, Salmon, Lewis Kelly, Nogard, Kai Havertz, Dauman, Andrea Nus, Gabriel Jesus, and of course Gabriel Martinelli. These are the girls that are missing for both teams. Of course, no Timber, Incape, Merino, Saka. While for Sporting, there is no Quenda, Hardman, Santos, and of course Guillaume and Forti. So for both these teams, for Arsenal, they might overcome Bayer Leverkusen in the round of 16, while Sporting came back from behind, lost the first leg against Bodo Glimt to actually win the second leg 5-0 after losing the first leg of 3-0. As for Real Madrid, might beat Man City home and away. As for Bayern Munich, did an awesome thrashing and demolition job on Atalanta, 10-2 on aggregate, winning 6-1 away, and of course 4-1 at home. Buda boss, Manu Harper, is it Hala Madrid or is it Company? But they're about to run out at the banner. Man, Yimis, it's been a long time, my brother. A long time, my brother, man. I'm happy to see you still understand Swahili, man. We should link up one day, man. You guys been so lost, man. You guys. But anyway, for me, I think I'd say this game has the prospects of a draw, Madrid-Bayern, but I do think Bayern are gonna shade it because, like I said, the issue for Madrid is that Mbappe and Vinicius are both playing, and for me, I've always said, no, what controversial take. Mbappe is a net negative for this Real Madrid team because ever since he came, an awesome start. Madrid had not gone like 2 seasons in a row without a trophy, and it seems that ever since when Mbappe has joined them, they seem like they're gonna do that. So for me, honestly, I think Mbappe is the net negative for this team. Yeah, and of course, game is on, game is up and running. So Madrid ban is kicked off. Yeah, the Arsenal game are not yet kicked off, so you're just gonna wait there that game to kick off. Laima, yeah. Immediately ban on the attack, man. Already pushed Madrid all the way back. So my brother Manimis, I think for me, I'd say over the 2 legs, I think Bayern are gonna do it because I don't think Madrid are strong enough, especially defensively, to overcome this Bayern team. But like I said, Bayern is a team that has actually been tournament favorites to win this trophy. Forget about Arsenal. Arsenal are not winning this Champions. It's obvious. It's facts, man. It is pure facts. But anyway, guys, make sure you are dropping your predictions in the chat. If you fancy Real Madrid or Bayern, please make sure you drop your predictions in the chat. And of course, if you also fancy Sporting or Arsenal, please make sure you do so as well. Madrid have clearly pegged Real Madrid back, picked up by Lima, but that ball was out of play. But anyway, there's one thing about Real Madrid that we should never ever overlook. Of course, it is the Champions League pedigree. This team has got a lot of pedigree in the Champions League. They always seem to do their business, man. They always seem to win against all odds. So that's the other thing that's going to help Madrid today. Of course, they play against the odds today. How come the Arsenal game has not yet kicked off? What's going on? They are delayed start in that game. Let me just switch over to the Arsenal game. I don't know why that game hasn't kicked off. Seems like according to match clock, the game clock it hasn't started. Game still hasn't kicked off. I don't know why. But anyway, Arsenal players doing the huddle. Sporting, of course, playing their usual green and white striped jerseys, t-shirts, of course, black shorts. While Arsenal playing in their white shorts. Of course, this looks navy blue top. So I don't know why the kickoff has been delayed. Maybe there's something else that is happening there. Arsenal about to kick off another trophy. You think so? Think they're gonna be kicked out? Anyway, we will see. We will see what happens. We will see what happens. I do think Arsenal have got what it takes to get over Sporting this tie. Like I said, Arsenal got a very, very interesting tie and draw, and their game has also finally kicked off. So the Arsenal game has also kicked off. So we are finally off. We are finally off in both games. Just ensure I synchronize the clocks properly. So both games have already kicked off. So of course we're gonna just keeping, or rather we are gonna be switching from side to side as we observe both games. For me, if I'm to pick a final result in this Arsenal Sporting game, I think I'm gonna go for a draw. Sporting do not have the best record against Arsenal. They've never beaten them across two legs. So I do other after 90 minutes. Actually, they did beat them a couple of seasons ago, where Sporting did win. Was it 4-3 on penalties after drawing 1-1 at the Emirates? Yeah. So, guys, make sure you are dropping your predictions in the chat. Please make sure you do so. Like I said, all games have now officially kicked off. Arsenal doing, of course, their very high line there on Sporting. Not a foul by Saliba, no foul. Anyway, let us switch over to this other game, the Real Madrid Bayern. I think you're going to spend a lot of time on this game because clearly the game to follow, man. So I was saying earlier that I think Madrid should have actually started with the exact same team able to dismantle Man City because so Lise is tackled by Hausen, but that's actually a foul. It's gonna be a free kick to Real Madrid, or rather to Bayern Munich on the edge of the area. Foul on Olise. This guy, man, has seriously improved, man. Interesting. Madrid have done all against teams that play a high press against them. That's true. Like you said, they and Real is a different team in that combo. Yeah, true. It's like Madrid players have always been told, you know what, it does not matter what you guys do. Make sure you deliver that Champions League trophy. That is the only trophy that he seems to play for, man. But anyway, let's see what they're going to do. Let us see what they are going to do. Of course, you cannot rule that out. Remember also in the previous leg against, tie rather, against Man City, who had actually handpicked Man City to wipe the floor with Madrid, but somehow it's actually the other way around. And Madrid wiped the floor with Man City, especially a very, very impressive first leg hat trick from this guy called Valverde. And Ese Valverde, the guy who plays for Uruguay national team. And of course, we're going to see him at the World Cup. So it's a free kick to Real Madrid. Let's see what they're going to do from this. Olise, of course, over the free kick. Lunin just about to organize, still organizing his wall. And this is a very, very dangerous situation for Real Madrid. Of course, man like Harry Kane is also there. Let's see what they're gonna do. Olise over the bar. Actually, it was actually flicked on by somebody on the wall. The corner to Real Madrid gonna be taken by rather Joshua Kimmich. So they're gonna do from this corner. Come on, please. High quality cross, man. Kimmich into the box. The roof of the actually Noonan is forced to concede another corner. What a delivery by Kimmich, man. What a delivery. Second time of asking, let's see what he's gonna do. Kimmich into the box. Header by Tar. Diaz, Olise, did not fall for either of the guys. So, Victor by Tar, circled by Luis Diaz. So far, Bayern have started so strongly, yeah? Of course, remember also against Man City, Madrid had also started this way, yeah? It was actually a very slow start from Real Madrid. Eventually, they did the business, man. But like Mr. Mamzi has said, Madrid know how to play against a low block. In fact, they love these kind of matchups. That's why they know more or less know how to play a direct style of football where they soak up pressure, they just go on the counter. They have won Champions League finals like that. Remember the 2022 final against Liverpool? That was their game tactic, man. Of course, play a low block. Of course, play on the counter, and it honestly worked. Into the box, off the line by Carreras. Yeah. Bayern almost got the goal, man. Yeah. Hey, Bayern are clearly on top at the moment. Clearly on top. Yeah. Did you let off the hook there? Wonderful cross by Kimmich, headed down by Kane into Tar. Did not get decent contact to it. It was actually Upamecano. It wasn't Tar. It was Upamecano, man. He actually hit the ball into the ground rather than actually hitting it into the back of the net. That was a clearly big chance for Bayern that was the deep past them, man. And I'm sure they're gonna get more. They are clearly gonna get more chances. Gonna get more chances either way. Yeah, gonna get more chances. Of course, Bayern are the tournament, or rather the competition's top scorers. Was the bantling team this season. Of course, people have handpicked them to win the Champions League. Actually, two of the favorites, two of the top two, and the league phase are actually playing today because Arsenal are the team that finished in top spot, while Bayern are the ones that finished in second spot. But of course, for me, I've always said it doesn't really matter where you finish in the league phase. The important thing is at least you make it to the round of 16 or the playoffs, because that is where the real business starts. Remember last season, PSG actually won the tournament, or rather this competition, after finishing, was it the 23rd position in the league phase? They actually had to go through a playoff where they actually overcame this called Brest from France. Actually, a wonderful job on them, man. Complete thrashing, man, of that team. So, for me, I'd say the important thing is, provided you make it through to the round of 16 or the league phase, provided you finish in the top 24 positions, you're okay. Because, of course, in the knockout phase, it's clearly a different ball game altogether. Anyway, guys, if you are there and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do so. Please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Trying to unlock, get us all the way to other have memberships available on the channel. So, guys, please make sure you do me that awesome favor. If you are watching this stream, you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do so. Of course, like I said, make sure you also drop your predictions in the chat, guys. Drop your predictions in the chat. Fancy either one of the teams, please make sure you tell us. And why is it that you fancy them? Luis Diaz, this is Lima, this is Kimmich, Olise on the far side, Olise versus Carreras, Olise into the box. Headed away by Hausen. cleared by Gula. Madrid trying to go on the counter. Well defended by Upamecano. All the way back to Neuer. Neuer able to pass it long to bypass the Madrid press. Of course, Madrid traditional 4-4-2. Of course, Gula is actually dropping back, forming like a back five. Of course, Carreras entrusted by the manager to man-mark Olise. Ball has been lost by was that Luis Diaz or Ta? Anyway, it's Madrid on the counter. This is Dagula. Dagula cuts inside. Finds Valverde. Valverde. Yeah. Really getting the ball in a wonderful position, man. Back to the far side into Hausen. Hausen coming forward for Madrid. Just coasting through, man. Hey! Why are you just letting him bypass like that, man? Guys, Hausen on the run. Hausen into the box. Ah, come on. What the heck is he doing? Times defenders, man. Defenders, man. Hausen, man, with an awesome run into the box, but all that came to nothing. Because just overrun the ball, man. Straight out of play. Nice pass by Noah to Lima, other into Luis Diaz, back to Lima, and then Luis Diaz. People had picked this like guy of the round. Of course, this side of the draw is the one that has the most difficult games. Any person who's gonna make it to the final, because whoever wins their game today, gonna of course play the winner of PSG versus Liverpool, especially for the Real Madrid Bayern game. Then of course for Arsenal Sporting, whoever wins that game is gonna meet the winner between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. The free kick to the free Real Madrid to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. So they're gonna do taken to the box, circled by Vinicius. Is Mbappe. Mbappe into the box. Cleared by Ta. As far as Trent. Trent into the box. Looking for Mbappe. Mbappe across. By Noah. Well played, man. Nice move from Real Madrid. This was also gonna be a difficult or a poor pass by Noah, man. Straight into the feet of Trent to Adagule. Mbappe! Whoa, what a save by Noah. Vinicius over the bar. Hey, this game, man. Hey, what a run from Mbappe, man. What a run. That is what Mbappe loves to do, oh, man. Being on the shoulder of the last defender, man. What a run. Try to finish it, but what a save from Noah, man. What a save. Hey, Madrid with the awesome pedigree, man. You can clearly see that is how Madrid were able to dismantle Man City, especially with those quick fire goals from Valverde. Foul by Adagule on that Kimmich. It's gonna be a free kick. Started by Bayern, but anyway, Paris says you need to get it from the right place. Hurricane. Today when you see what is gonna conjure up. We will see what is going to conjure up. Luis Diaz into Lima. Lima versus Rudiger. Luis Diaz to Kimmich. This is Pavlovic. Cleared by Chouameni. Cleared by Pavlovic. This is Luis Diaz. Blocked. Wakilozos Gnabry. This is Kimmich. Olise. It's cleared again by Trent. Hey, Bayern, man. They're moving the ball so quickly. Hey, picked up by Mbappe. Oh my God. Transition football. There you go. Mbappe, Vinicius, Vinicius. What a save from Noah, man. Hey, high quality stuff, guys. High quality stuff, man. Hey, this game, man. Hey, clearly living up to the billing, man. What a save from Noah, man. Picked up by Trent. Trent into the box. Header by Vinicius. It's over the bar. Hey, this game, man. Oh, thank you, Madrid and Bayern, man. This is the kind of game we wanted to see, man. Yes, because we don't want two teams to be more or less trying to assess and understand how the other plays, but we want teams to go at each other, man. We want both teams to go at each other by Noah. Noah chooses to go long, looking for Lise, headed by Hausen. Nabri back to Hausen. Hausen straight out of play. It's gonna be a throwing. Stanisic to Pamecano. Pamecano, this is Pavlovic. Pamecano, ball. Is it wide to Stanisic? Image, Stanisic. Because clearly see, yeah, more or less change their like a, more or less look like a 4-3. It's back to a 4-4-2. Picked up by Luis Diaz. Let's play by Diaz. It's inside the far side. Don't know why. I don't know what Stanisic is doing there. Waiting for the ball to get to him. Now picked up with Olise. So this is Gnabry. Sorry. Gnabry into Olise. Olise into the box. Olise headed away by Rudiger. Pavlovic cleared by Trent. Quick tuck by Luis Diaz. Hey, this game, man. This is Lima trying to go past Trent. Fouls him, man. It's gonna be a free kick. It's a thing of beauty. Yeah, facts. Yeah, you can clearly see it's crisp. That is how they want to play, man. That is how they want to play. But it seems like today Mbappe is more or less playing a disciplined game where he's actually staying in the middle, because that is where we want him, where we want him to stay. But I think the game would have been a whole lot better if they had actually started with Brahim Diaz. But of course, at Madrid, if you do not play Mbappe, you're actually gonna be in trouble. In fact, I was actually listening to a stream yesterday of a guy who actually has a countdown timer for because of the way he honestly doesn't like Mbappe. He actually has a countdown timer of when Mbappe's contract runs out. He actually read 3 years rather, couple of months before Mbappe's contract runs out. Because ever since Mbappe went to Madrid, and this guy more or less destabilized the balance of the. Madrid was so nice without Mbappe. So they had just won the Champions League. But ever since they bought him, man, like he's been a net negative. By Luis Diaz. And I'm not saying that Mbappe is a bad player. I'm just saying that for this Real Madrid team, they didn't actually need him. So they're already a good team. They're already a good without him. Because back then, with Bellingham was doing the thing, he's actually playing as a 10 to a false 9, and he's actually getting a lot of goals his first 6 months at the club. But since then, ever since Mbappe joined, it's like the goals have kind of dried up. It's like it's only Mbappe who scores, man. But back then, actually, the goals were a bit spread out. In fact, I've not even checked out the Arsenal game, man. So focused on this game. Madrid, Bayern. Anyway, picked up by Pavlovic into Kane. I don't know why Kane today is not doing his dictating stuff of play, keep playing stuff. I don't know what. Oh, into the box. Pavlovic into Lima into the box. The first side into Stanisic. Stanisic into Kimmich. Man, I just camped inside Madrid's half, man. Defensive third. He say, tackle it nicely. By Stanisic, Pamecano into Pavlovic. Pavlovic playing player maker today. I'm sure at some point he's gonna switch Kimmich. So Lise, yeah. Pape almost turned it over. By Olise. Olise gets by Carreras. Olise. Tackle by Dagula. Dagula is doing wonderfully well on that side. As a defender, man, he's doing nice. More or less tracking those runs from Olise, man. As soon as Carreras is beaten, more or less forming cover on that side, which is good. Good, man. Can clearly see why he was started today. Anyway, it's a corner to Bayern. Olise, the box. Safe hands from Lunin. Easiest catch that he'll ever have in his life, man. Dagule. Nice pass into Chouameni. It has been forced to come in field to dictate. Actually playing on the right. This is Vinny. At least for today, Mbappe is actually. But clearly see Mbappe is just trying his way to go and occupy those channels, on half spaces on the left. And actually now, if he does that, he now denies somebody like Vinny space on that side, because Vinny, of course, needs a lot of space to operate. And of course, Vinny's more the kind of player who likes to play off other teammates, more or less playing 1-2. Always having a successful against Carrera on that side. Yeah, true. Genabri pocket was picked by Pete Hausen, picked up by Valverde. This is Mbappe. Mbappe on the right to Valverde. Valverde into Vinicius. Let's see what happens here. Vinicius into the box. Oh, nice save from Neuer. Picked up by Trent. Shoot! Trent! Blocked. Hey, blocked by Stanisic. So that was Lima. Nu almost gave away the ball there, man. That side, you're right. Brahim can come in and Valverde can slot in left back. Roll that for now. Yeah, true. Yeah, like I said, Pape should have sat on the bench. Brahim Diaz should have started, because at least you have freed Valverde, make those marauding runs forward like he did against City. Because as you know, Stanisic and Lima want to go forward. So if you actually get somebody to occupy those spaces out wide, it's gonna be good for Madrid. It's gonna be decent for them, because yeah, because I think one of the ways in which you need to unsettle this Bayern team, also crowd the midfield. Crowd the midfield, because it seems like today Kane has been told, you know what, you're not gonna come to collect them, just gonna stay in the box. I expected Kane to be doing his keep that role, keep playing forward role, but it's like today is Nabry is the one who's been tasked with that role. Because for me, I would have actually gone with the same team. Yes, play, because if you actually have Brahim Diaz in there, Brahim Diaz is gonna play on the right, then Valverde. Oh, poor pass. Olise Gnabry. Control the ball, bro. Control the ball, man. Almost a giveaway by Madrid there. And you play out from the back. Bayern's press really worked well on them, because. Oh, mistake! Goal! Oh, that was a goal, man. What the heck? Yeah. Gnabry. Yeah. What are Real Madrid doing back there? 2 times, man. In a space of 30 seconds, they have given the ball away right next to their penalty spot. What the heck is Lunin doing, man? Oh my goodness. Petrach, man. Oh, that's a super, super big chance for Bayern Munich, man, that has not been taken. Ah, Gnabry, come on, man. Yes, they are tempting the Wolves, man. Ah, yeah, yeah. What are they doing? They're playing with fire. Because if Bayern do go ahead, I think it's over. The box. Ah, heck is Kimmich doing, man? Ah, man, bro. Hey, Madrid, man. Serious, serious let off, man. Serious let off for Madrid. Ah, man. This is Valverde. 3 versus 3. Valverde. Mbappe! What a save from Nua, man. Ish. Hey, man. Ish. My goodness. This counter-attacking goal from Real Madrid, man. Hey. Anyway, both teams have had chances. Mbappe into the box. Defended well by Pavlovic. It's gonna be a corner to Bayern. Hey, what an awesome save, man. Somehow it's Neuer who has had the better saves, eh? What a save, man. What a save from that Mbappe chance. Yeah, you see, this kind the kind of tactic that Madrid love, eh? Playing on the counter. They love this. Madrid are a transition team, man. Madrid are not like Barca, man. They are a transition team. Not like keeping the ball for long periods. For them, they'd rather have the opponent have the ball, but for them, they are gonna have the counter attacks on the side. But they're tempting the Wolves. Yeah, facts, man. They are seriously tempting these Wolves. The box. Dan Arnold still in the box. Rudiger over the bar. Gonna be a goal kick. Ish, what a game, man. What a game. Yeah, both teams have had chances, man. I'm sure the XG is gonna be high for both teams, man. I'm sure that XG is high, man. For Bayern, XG is 1.27. Yeah, because those two chances, yeah, that they had earlier on, that should have actually been taken, were clearly big chances, man. So far, shots 7 for Madrid, 6 for Bayern, man. Yeah, wonderful game, man. Wonderful game. Not even had a chance to glance at the Arsenal game. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I not had a chance to glance at that game. This is clearly the game to watch. Gnabry coming forward. Kane is now actually dropping, collect the ball. Finally, at least we get to see the creativity of Kane, man. He had just been staying forward, waiting for the ball. At least now he's coming deep. This is raw less how Kane loves to play, man. Likes to also dictate play at times. Kane, the flanks, accepted by Trent. Cleared by Rudiger. Tackled by Tar. Can clearly see both teams have a serious threat. Bayern clearly have a serious threat, especially when they try to break down that Real Madrid back line. But of course, there are two chances have come off takes from Madrid. Of course, Madrid clearly very, very dangerous on the. Of course, if you have Mbappe counter, you of course have a chance, man. Because those two, man, is Kimmich blocked, cleared by Petrach, circled by Nua. Of course, just happy to now defending a 5-3 man because you can clearly see Prime Diaz tucks into midfield while Valverde forms the fifth defender on this far side. I think maybe they should have done that on the far side. Like, Olise is the bigger threat than Luis Diaz. But anyway, I'm sure it's a press that, or that it's a defensive shape that they're going to be changing from time to time. Olise comes in field right now. Olise is Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz took for comfort. Is Olise. Each tackled well by Vinicius. Back to Lima. Kimmich just the flanks. By Carreras. Carreras chooses to go long. looking for Vini. Yep, those are now the spaces that Vini likes. One-on-one matchups. Vini cuts inside. Doesn't have enough support. Now with Mbappe, where's Valverde on this far side? Where is Valverde? Is actually run into the box. By Chouameni, his Carreras. Madrid defending in a 4-4-2 system. Gnabry is just less right next to Harry Kane. Say Hausen intercepted by Pamecano. Now with Carreras, come on, cross it. Just evaded Valverde. It's cleared by Pavlovic. Hausen, and it's back to goalkeeper. But to the Arsenal game, what's going on? Game has we can finally have a bit of breathing space. By Chouameni. Mbappe, man. Come on. This is a turnover. This is Stanisic to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz. Well defended by Petrach, man. Well defended, man. Oh, Adagule to Vini. Oh, man. This is the matchup that Vini loves. Vini! Say it at Nua. Come on, Vini. Should have done a whole lot better. Carreras was on the overlap, man. Or was it Brahim Diaz? Should have played in Brahim. Sorry, not Brahim Diaz. Adagula. Kane able to do the diagonal pass. So far in the Arsenal game, Arsenal just keeping possession, but the better chances have fallen to Sporting. So I don't know whether that game is end-to-end stuff because I've not been following it. But for me, I'm so fixated on the Bayern Madrid game. So of course, that's the bigger game. That is, no offense to Arsenal or Sporting, but of course, it's always good to speak the truth, man. So far, attempts 8 on 8 attempts for Madrid, 7 for Bayern. On target 4 for Madrid, and of course 1 for Bayern. And clearly see that's the game to watch. Both these teams came here to play football, man. So anyway, guys, make sure you are liking the video and of course subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. By tuning, yeah, they're forced to go long because all passing lanes had been blocked by Bayern. Picked up by Stanisic to Kimmich. Olise was it dragged back? Yep, Olise was dragged back by Carreras. That's gonna be a yellow card. Is it for Petrach or Adagule? Yellow card for who? Actually for Hausen. Gonna miss the next match. It's not Hausen who has been booked. It's actually Chouameni. Actually, Chouameni was booked. Anyway, there you go. Chouameni, a yellow card, misses the return leg at the Bayern Arena. Sorry, Allianz Arena, not Bayern. Bayern Arena. Oh man, so that means Chouameni with that yellow card gonna be unavailable for the second leg. Man, that means they have to play Kamavinga, maybe Valverde and Peter in their position. The box by Kimmich, well defended by Luis Diaz. Back to Pavlovic. I expected Kimmich to be doing the dying, dying play role, but it seems like it's Pavlovic doing it. Picked by Kimmich. Back to Kimmich. By Omekano. Now, actually, the other guy was star. I don't know. I keep confusing. Timer. Clearly see. Bucks are more or less tucked inside, man. That Olise and Diaz can hold the width. By Olise. Olise unable to get away from Carreras. Is Kane. Kane blocked by Hausen. Pavlovic to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz. Passing lane was blocked by Kimmich. Pavlovic. Now Kimmich. Olise. Nice play in the lines. Olise. Stanisic. Blocked by Hausen. By Mbappe. Mbappe. Nice. Kept it nicely. Cleared by Carreras. Out of. Guys, make sure you are liking the video and of course subscribing the channel if you are not already subscribed. Here on this stream, if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you do me that awesome favor of the like button and of course subscribe button as well for the channel. Help us get to at least 1,000 subscribers, trying to unlock memberships for the channel. Of course, it's gonna be a good thing if you help us out. Be part of the goal setting, man. Yes, be part of the goal, getting us subscription count up. Luis Diaz, poor pass, man. What the heck are you? It's picked up by Pavlovic. Pavlovic, poor pass, man. Stand over, man. Ball straight out of play. Arsenal game still 0-0. It's a very low lackluster game. Oh, Trent is doing, man. Foul by Pamecano and Petrach. Started by Chouameni, Carreras. They're missing that. Somebody who can just is Kane into Gnabry. Diaz! Goal! Luis Diaz, man! What a move! What a move, man! Eish! Created by Kane and Olise, able to do some intrinsic passes out there and just pass that ball behind the Madrid's back line. Luis Diaz with that awesome run across the box, across the defensive line. A very, very well placed finish into the bottom right hand corner, man. Hey, what a finish! What a finish! Luis Diaz, man. Hey, what a finish! Actually, what a pass from Gnabry, man. What a pass from Gnabry. So Madrid have taken the lead, guys. Madrid have taken the lead. Is it gonna be over, guys? I think it's gonna be over now. We think that Madrid are gonna get back into this. Finally, all this pressure from Bayern Munich has paid off, but they're appealing for handball. And it wasn't handball because when the ball hit Olise, the arm was actually tucked body line. So actually, I can't call that handball. It would have been handball if his arm was stretched like this. Rudiger, so now Madrid will be forced to come out and play. Not gonna do the whole counter-attacking football again. Nice play by Gnabry. But so far, Madrid, the Bayern front line has been playing wonderfully. Especially Kane, Olise, Diaz, and Gnabry. Wonderful, awesome, very awesome front four. Actually combined well today. By Kimmich, able to combine with Olise. Bayern and year's Champions League. Awesome. Nice. By Gula, man. Nice turn. Nice turn by Gula. Pini, Pini, into the box. Was he blocked off? Yep, he was. Gonna be a free kick. Free kick, man. Still nil-nil in the Sporting Arsenal game, eh? Still nil-nil. So the box, man. So calling for yellow card, eh? Don't think the referee is gonna give it. It's a free kick to Real Madrid. Oh, Nakanja rap this gonna be Trent. Actually in a dangerous area, a very area. And Arnold shot headed up over by Pomecano, by Mbappe. Mbappe touch, post back. Thiago Pitach, Spanish international. I'll just call him Thiago. Just call him. Everybody knows him by Thiago. Thiago, man like Thiago. Only 18 years of age, man. Already playing at the highest level. Setting a Champions League quarter-final game against Bayern Munich. Good, man. Anyway, also Barcelona have the likes of Davi, Pedri, who actually had breakout season. Rudiger back to Lunin. I know how to more or less block all those passing lanes from Madrid. Able to bypass that press. Pini, Pini, Pini fast to the ball. Pini. Give a free kick to Bayern. Why? Well, if you think that Vini's simulation, whether he's diving, then you'd give him a yellow card. So the rule says that if you always booked for simulation, oh, it's handball. Oh, it's handball. Handball. That's why they. Oh, okay. Handball. So you're not booked for. You're not called for simulation. It's half time. Didn't even have any period of stoppage. So half time, guys. Half time. Half time. Half time. Half time. Anyway, let's switch over to the Arsenal game now since the Madrid game is now at halftime. Got Arsenal and Sporting half for us today. But Arsenal get into a difficult period of their season. In fact, it's actually the time of the season where Arsenal have dropped the most points. In fact, say that Arteta's winning percentage in the other months is well above 50%. But when it comes to April, May, drops down to around 30%. So let's see what Arsenal can do. Let us see what they can do. Game is also at almost at halftime. Right, Gyoka Trossard is trying to strike the ball from that far out. Cleared by Trincao. Yep, of course, that game is also gone into halftime. So, like in all games, has been no additional time. No additional time whatsoever. No additional time. So, all both games are now at halftime. Only one goal. Both games, Bayern game gonna be most exciting. So anyway, now of course look at the stats of that half. Get to dissect here and there what has been happening. Of course, all Bayern, like I said, just happy to play on the counter. Happy to play on the counter, man. Just more or less allow Vini and Mbappe to the madness up front because those two clearly, whenever you see those two in the starting line, you clearly know that they're gonna direct style, not counter attacking style of foot. Anyway, if let me see whether I can maybe have a look at the stats from both games, or of both games rather. Let us see. Let us. So clearly can see the match momentum all been banned. Of course, if you look at these peaks, the peak, the more intense the attacking intent was at that moment for that particular team. You can see from the stats, Madrid have had the shots. Bayern have dominated in possession. 10% for Madrid, 9% for Bayern. Expected goals 1.9. So high, man. More comprehensive stats. We can clearly see shots on target. Madrid 4 on target. All being remarkably well by Nua. 2 from, I think, Cheers and from Mbappe. Of course, big chances. Yeah. Mbappe shot chance that he had actually ran in behind. Just a save of Nua was actually a big chance. And of course, for Bayern, one have actually had 3 chances. Of course, the Luis Diaz was a big chance. It was a big actually one-on-one versus the goalkeeper, and then of course one where they had a period of play where they gave away the ball, dangerous areas for in a period of 30 seconds. You can clearly see where this XG ban is so high because actually Nabri post off from Lunin. Lunin did not know anything about it. That he just stumbled to the ball. Oh, the ball has hit me. He actually cleared it out wide. Accurate passes 267, of course, and of course dominating passes out there. Balls committed, not that in course corners. Bayern have also had the corners, expected goals, non-penalty. Can clearly see non-penalty or the open play. XG is quite high from of those 2 chances. L to Nabri, the other that also Diaz. From set pieces, so pretty much say that it's been Bayern have been on top. In fact, if you are to look at the player rating, man, clearly see that such a high player rating Bayern players. Of course, like I said, the front 4 found a wonderful game. Kane, of course, don't really not doing the business well. This rating is not really indicative of Kane's performance. But like I said, the way Kane has started the game, he was more or less staying upfield, rather staying more or less close to the actually inside the opposition box. But as the game went on, more or less Kane started coming deep to collect the ball. Clearly, Olise and Diaz and Gnabry, these 3 have actually playing well, man. causing a lot of problems for this back three, back four rather for. That's why I think Adagule is actually told to more or less go and track those solid Pavlovich. So you can clearly see this guy do not have a very below par rating. They're not really doing any defense. No, of course, having a high rating because of the saves that is at her. As for Madrid, Chiaz and Mbappe say they have done a lot. They have only been off those scraps. Got a piece from players. Valverde, Valverde looks lost in that game. I expected him to be more or less making us marauding runs in the box. But I think it's because he's forced to do that because Mbappe is more or less wanting to buy the half space touchline or area between the touchline and the what the half space between touchline and the D. So that's why Valverde has a very, very below par rating because he more or less seems lost out. Especially Valverde lost at a time like this against Man City. This man already had a hat trick. He already had a hat trick. He's actually the man of the match in that game. So I hope that Madrid are gonna change things up. For me, but of course, they cannot take Pape off. So the only player that I'm thinking they're gonna take off at some point is Ada Gula. People Brahim Diaz, but I will not take off Brahim Diaz or the Ada Gula. Ada Gula is actually a player who loves keeping the ball. So it's a player that you should actually keep on. So I don't know how Madrid get back this game. Of course, bring on Jude Bellingham. Bellingham is another guy who actually because don't really see what he does on the Real Madrid. Eh? He was only very good, especially for the first 6 months. But since then, okay, for me, honestly, I don't know honestly what he's good at. Maybe you guys in the chat can help me. Is he good when he actually? Sorry. Is he good when he's actually crashing the box? Good, actually creating play, but because Bellingham does not honestly create play, pass through the line, more or less like I don't know. I keep wanting to make clarity. Lingard, yes. Because Lingard back in the day, you don't know what Lingard is doing on the pitch. You don't know whether the shadow striker, whether he's a 10, whether he's a 9. But of course, for Lingard, that is how he used to operate for Manchester United back then. Also a bit West Ham. More or less the player who likes to play as a shadow striker. That is how Bellingham likes to play as well. But of course, in this game, becomes a shadow striker. Who is he gonna other whom's gonna be taken off for him to actually play that role? Because Thiago is actually not bad. Anyway, Madrid's midfield has been assisted because Bayern have had almost all the play. So the only way that maybe I see them getting back into this game is if I'd say honestly I'd sacrifice one of Mbappe. Me, I think I'd sacrifice Mbappe, bring on maybe like a Brahim Diaz or a Master Tuano, then maybe take off Thiago. Let me bring on we have another striker. Maybe bring on Garcia, the striker, this Gonzalo Garcia, bring on Garcia. Allow Garcia to play up front, one on the left, others on the right. Then in midfield, play Valverde, Fameni. Yeah. I think that would work. Then maybe tell Dagula to actually tuck in behind more or less play as a 10 play on that far. Because Dagula can actually. Anyway, let's switch over to the Arsenal Sporting game. Have a look at the stats. Anything to mention in this game? You can pretty much see that a very low power game rather. XG 0.25 to Arsenal 0.09. Arsenal XG of 0.09. What the heck are these guys doing, man? Total shots. Sporting have had the better chances, more shots on target, big chances. Oh, yeah, it's actually a wonderful save from Raya. Big chances missed. One, yeah, it's actually a big chance that was missed by Jing. So anyway, I can clearly see that this game gives a lot to be desired, man. A lot to be desired in this game, huh? But anyway, we'll see how both teams are gonna shape in the second half. See how both teams are gonna tackle each other in the second half. But for the Arsenal game, like I said, anyway, this actually favors Arsenal because it's actually the best result that they can get this leg. Because I said Arsenal get into a very, very difficult period where they actually play Sporting, then they play Bournemouth on the weekend, actually early kickoff on Saturday. Then they play the second leg next Wednesday. Of course, play Man City on Sunday. Almost 10 days time. So then after that, they also play Newcastle. So it's going to be a difficult month for Arsenal. April is normally a very difficult month for Arsenal. Like I said, their winning percentage nearly drops in April. They already lost to Southampton. It's no more quadruple talk or treble talk. Happy that can at least breathe. Can at least breathe, man, because they're more or less getting out of hand. Because more or less, we're winning the quadruple, we're winning the quadruple. It has never been done before. I don't think it will ever be done because a team being perfect for competition is super hard. Even if you have the world 11, at some point you're gonna mess up one competition. For me, I've always said the best thing that any team can do whenever you're hit with any kind of quadruple talk, downplay it, downplay the. Say, you know what? We're gonna put out our best teams in all. We're gonna try and win all competitions if we can, but that does not mean that we, of course, gonna win them because putting out the best team out there and actually going out and win. Actually, Arsenal, of course, like I said, they exited the competition space of. They lost the Carabao Cup final 2 weeks ago against Man City. Lost FA Cup. It was actually a very, very below par performance from Arsenal in both games. Especially the Southampton. Southampton were really fired up for that game. Completely went at Arsenal, man. It's like they were not scared. They were not scared of the Arsenal team that actually looked strong on that particular day. There are rumors that Arteta had actually recalled his players to actually avoid any kind of international fixtures or maybe avoid injuries as well. But it did not work. It did not work because what was the point of actually calling them back? There was actually rumors that they are attending house the actually that is because as soon as those guys were recalled, then on was it Saturday that Southampton game, Saka was at home. Also, Rice was actually left at home. So you can clearly see that it's not that they were unavailable. It's just that they were being rested by Arteta because he don't want them to kind of injuries. It's late running. That's best team. Manchester City, best team. Best team in terms of what? Champions League or maybe in that Arsenal game. Because in that Arsenal game, they were by far the winning best team. Yeah, of course. For the Champions League, I'd say they are the team. I'd say, you know what? I'd love to see PSG Bayern final. Unfortunately, they can only meet in semi final. Because I don't think Liverpool are gonna. Liverpool are playing tomorrow against PSG. Gonna be a routine victory for PSG. Liverpool are that thrashing by Man City, man, but actually another thrashing at the hands of P. That's why, honestly, do think that PSG are gonna be Bayern's biggest hurdle route to the final. And of course, on the other side, I do think Arsenal are gonna get through and maybe play Barcelona. I also think Barcelona are gonna do the Atletico. Those two teams are actually having a very, very. Of course, you're gonna cover that game tomorrow. That's also a very, very good game to cover. Gonna cover those games tomorrow. Tomorrow, honestly, I don't know which cover. But both games are gonna be exciting. Both teams have actually. Barcelona also met Atletico Madrid at the exact same stage a couple of seasons ago. Last season also, PSG, uh, Liverpool also met at the exact same stage last season. Of course, but that time it was actually in the round of time around they meet quarter final. Anyway, Madrid players, Bayern players making their way back onto the pitch, just about ready to start the second half. Like I said, for me, based on my own analysis, I do think that maybe the game does not change by the 60th minute. Maybe take off Mbappe. But that honestly, I'd sacrifice Mbappe. Take off Mbappe, bring on Prime D. Anyway, second half is underway, guys. Second half is underway. Second half has kicked off. Bayern or other Madrid have kicked us off. Picked up by Olise, Olise. Kane! Goal! My goodness! Off the start, man. The restart, rather. Bayern have doubled their lead. Harry Kane, bro. Harry Kane. What a move from Bayern, man. Yeah. Madrid undone by their own, what's it called? Transition game, man. Hey, what a finish from Kane, man. What a finish, man. Well placed into the bottom right-hand corner of Lunin's goal, man. Ish. Game's over, guys. Game's over. Game is over. Game is over. Pavlovic unable dispossesses Carreras, up the ball easily. Olise, easy to Olise. Olise away from Hausen. Kane, D-top, pass that ball, bottom left-hand corner. Of course, Kane has scored many goals like that in the past. Of course, what a wonderful. Too strong for Lunin, just unable to get a strong palm in it. And of course, ball sizzles into the back of the net. Hey, this is Pavlovic, Olise! Saved by Pavlovic at the near post. Eish! Bayern threatening to run riot, man. Barcelona will win their tie or the Champions League. They'll win their tie. I think they'll win their tie. But I will not be surprised. Atletico Madrid, man. They're also another team that has been a pain in the butt of Barcelona. Remember the Copa del Rey semi-final, man? They beat them 4-0 into the box. Kane! Straight into the arms of Lunin, man. The ball was actually deflected. Actually, it was a shot by Stanisic. But it's about to unravel here. Hey, man. Looks peak for them. Looks peak. But even consider third goal. Now this tactic now favors Bayern perfectly because now it will force Real Madrid to go forward. Of course, Bayern are gonna play the counter-attacking friend. You don't want the likes of say Luis Diaz and Gnabry coming at you at high pace on counter. My friend, you're in big trouble. Hurricane, and at least Hurricane is now dropping, more or less playing as a 10 now because Gnabry is kept up front. This is more or less what we expected. Kane have to drop deeper, play inside his own half. But it's actually an awesome thing that Kane developed. Because remember back in the day, Kane never used to be the kind of player that would actually come deep to goal. But it seems it's something else that he has added to his game. Especially after, I think in Mourinho's first season at Spurs, where he's now dropping in and more or less allowing the likes of Son running behind and actually get on the end of crosses. Pape wants to take. Oh, cleared. Wants to take on everybody, man. What the heck is he doing? Anyway, the sporting game is back underway as well. Almost 2 minutes of that game have been played in the second half. So both games back underway, guys. Both games are now back underway. Germany, of course, Germany missing for the second leg doesn't help Real Madrid's cause. Now they'll be forced to play the likes of Camavinga, Valverde, but just play Valverde, Camavinga, and maybe Adagule field or Brahim Diaz. That is actually a good team. So those three are actually players who are gonna keep the ball well, especially because for me, I've always said this gimmick of playing Valverde either at right back or right wing is not his best position, man. He is an 8. He is a box to box midfielder, man. So if you're actually playing him on the right, or maybe now as a right back, the same way Liverpool plays a Bosla in right back position, what the heck is the manager? Why are you playing your most creative fielder right back? Not saying that Valverde is Real Madrid's most creative, but of course, for the amount of work that he does, more or less, Vini, come on, she'd have done a whole lot better. Nice, yes. Kimmich just went to the ground, man. He thought he was gonna get a foul. By Chouameni, shot. It's blocked by Pavlovic, out for a corner. Yeah, so Valverde, of course, not the Cruz or the Modric type of player, but of course, for what he brings to that center and to that midfield block for Madrid is very, very, especially in that mid area. For me, I'd always play him there because that is his best position. The issue of playing him on the right back doesn't really. Pini, pocket by Pamecano, now with Olise, go to find Kane. Now with Adagula, Adagula switches the flanks towards Mbappe. Take this guy off, man. Take him off. Take him off. Take Mbappe off, man. Please hear it from me. Take off. At least Vini is doing something in this game. But see, when the game now the going gets tough, you don't see Mbappe doing the. He doesn't. Well, let's just sit front waiting for others to bring the ball to him. But this for somebody like Vinicius. Vinicius would actually drop deep, come and collect the ball from his defenders, run at the right back. Yeah, that now trying to stretch. Unfortunately, don't have anybody on that far side. Don't have anybody on that right hand. Maybe either like a Rodrigo or a Mastertuano or a Brahim Diaz. So those three can actually hug the line. Of course, Rodrigo is unavailable because he actually tore his ACL. Gonna be back, I think, in December. Picked up by Vini the shot over the bar. So for me, I'd actually bring on Mastertuano, take off Mbappe. And then also maybe take off Thiago Touch and maybe bring on Brahim Diaz. Maybe Garcia, the attacker. Harry Kane, the top scorer, 11 game, the top scorer. I think it was more or less a shootout between him and this guy. Was it Mbappe? Mbappe. Anthony Gordon. Remember, Anthony Gordon had actually scored 4. Actually propelled him right to the top of the scoring charts. Let me check. Check stats. Actually, top scorer. It's actually Mbappe. Oh, yes, it is Mbappe. Yeah. Mbappe on 13 goals, followed by Kane on 11. Nice touch by Mbappe. Mbappe trying to get away from Stanisic. Other Lima. Mbappe is trying to do it himself. Getting that 11 players on the pitch. So Mbappe is the top scorer on 13 goals, followed by Kane on 11, and then of course Anthony Gordon on 10. Of course, Anthony Gordon cannot add on to his tally because they were eliminated by Barcelona. As for the assists, Olise on a 6 assists, because actually that assist was by Olise. Olise. Nice tackle by Trent, by Kimmich, back with Luis Diaz, Olise, the Lima, Kimmich. Wonderful passage of play from Bayern. Olise, this is Luis Diaz. Diaz back to Olise. Nice play by Luis Diaz away from Trent. Yeah, those two are former teammates together at Liverpool, so they know each other so well. Actually, teammates last season, and they both left Liverpool. They actually contributed to Liverpool's downfall, man. I'd say those are one of the two players that Liverpool lost that has now contributed to that awesome drop off by Liverpool. Losing Luis Diaz rather than Trent, major blow for Liverpool. Bayern hoping to get to their first semi-final in a couple of years, because for the last season they're actually out eliminated by Inter. Olise, it's open up for him. What a save, man! What a save! Actually, Lunin held on to the ball. Nice play by Olise, man. Wonderful play by Olise. Still 0-0 in the Arsenal game, eh? Still 0-0. More or less, Arsenal more or less sat back in defensive shape now, because it's all spotting in the early exchange. It's all been spotting, man. Spotting to get a goal here. Arsenal are honestly gonna panic seriously. Cleared by Hausen, by Pavlovic. Pavlovic and Kimmich have played well, man. Pavlovic unable to play in Kane. Wonderful pass by Lunin into Trent. High press from Bayern, man. It's so intense, man. So intense. Able to bypass it there. Followed on that side by Valverde. Valverde loses out. Harry Kane. Oh, Valverde makes up for his mistake, man. Told you this high press from Bayern, man, forcing turnovers, man. Midfield by the Madrid players. Not Valverde is doing, man. He lost the ball, man. Just that Kane is not blessed for. Otherwise, if Kane was a PC player like Piers or say, it would have been goal number 3. Hey, Valverde is lucky, man. He's a lucky guy, man. Lucky guy. It's a corner to Bayern, taken by Olise. Let's see what they're gonna conjure up from here. Olise into the box. Header! All, man. All on Rudiger by Upamecano. Gonna be a kick. What the heck is Arbeloa doing, man? Make the changes, bro. What is Mbappe? That Thiago is blessed for pace like him. How's Thiago gonna get to that pass? Over to the Arsenal game for a bit, going on there, man. Let us see what is going on there. Seems putting for the better team in the second half. And another chance goes begging. Arsenal clearly on the ropes, man. I think Arsenal are just waiting for that second leg. Oh man, Arsenal are just waiting for that second leg now. Seems like maybe they are running out of juice. Actually, he was actually caught, man. He's not play acting, man. Think on the far side, shot, it's just wide, man. Now with Gabriel. Watch this. Let's look for terms of four. But anyway, these systems do change game. Bamendi, oh, taken by Trincao. Has to immediately rush back to defend. Wonderful play by Trincao. So on the far side, um, Katamo versus Califiori. Califiori is happy to concede the corner. It's a corner to Sporting. About to make another change. Taken by Bote. But that's not doing their business, man. They're doing all they can to just look up pressure. More or less, maybe just have, of course, having the second leg playing the second leg at home is gonna favor them. I do think that they're gonna overcome. Do you think that Arsenal are gonna come this Sporting, especially don't see a situation sport this tie? Of course, since that second leg is at the Emirates, gonna be now. Well, don't say easier for Arsenal because Arsenal are gonna have them momentum in that. I'm happy to sit back five. Well, don't just opponent by Saliba. This is Odegaard, Saliba, Odegaard, Odegaard. With White, Makeke, back to Odegaard, cross it. How's Gyökeres has been playing today? That is stats. Now Gyökeres has rating of 5.9. My goodness. Touches of the ball, only 11 touches of the ball. Pressure by Sporting, forcing Declan Rice back. Goalkeeper Raya. Sporting. But anyway, these defensive shapes do actually change from time to time. Sometimes it becomes a back four, a back five, even a back six, even a mid five. So it doesn't really matter, man. Important thing is now your opponents. Tegard, Gabriel, Arsenal, because actually they're between a rock and a hard place. Maybe they're to go on and win this game. Maybe they can trust the business at home. But if they are to draw, that would mean that they have to put out a strong team against Sporting in the second leg. Of course, you cannot win. Of course, you also have to put out another strong team against Bournemouth on the weekend. Like Odegaard is down again. But how many times is this guy gonna be? This guy is like every time he gets back into plays maybe one or two games, then immediately gets injured. I don't know whether it's the injury or the injury is not getting better, whether he's not recovering from injury. And your Simeon coming off, placed by Daniel Raganda, Raganza rather. So I don't know why Odegaard down again. I don't know whether it is careful. Tough, eh? Actually, the left knee. If he's not good, then just take him off. Just take him off, man. Why are you playing with a passenger out there? At least he's back on his. Uh, there has to be no way Odegaard has actually missed them. Arsenal never missed these games for Arsenal. Might Arsenal game seem dead, 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 dead. Beke, Beke, get away from Araujo, Gabriel, Yokarez, Rice. Oh, shot. Bamendi. Oh, it's a goal from Arsenal. Yeah! Goal for Arsenal. Goal for Arsenal, man. But it's like they're appealing for offside. That's why I did not celebrate, man. They're appealing for offside. Like there's an offside call there. We'll see. Clearly offside. Goal is gonna be chalked offside. That's why I did not celebrate, man, because the sporting players are appealing for offside. So they stopped playing. I mean, it was a wonderful finish by Zubamendi. Yeah? Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, goal is ruled out, man. Goal has been ruled out. Goal has been ruled out, man. Side. But this game seems to be so dead, man. I was gonna restart play over to the Madrid Bayern game. Quality man going at each other. Whether Militao has come on, it's actually been taken off. Uh was actually taken off. It's Hausen. Hausen and Bellingham coming on for Petra. Hausen and Petrach coming off for Bellingham and Militao. Bellingham. What is honestly? I'm sorry again. Honestly, I don't know why. Just me, but I honestly do not rate. Honestly, I don't know why I do not. That's just my own opinion, man. I honestly do not rate this guy, man. More or less looked like a one hit wonder a couple of seasons ago, but since then, stand up. He been into the box. Pape was a chance for Madrid, man. Pape and butter for you. Wonderful reverse pass. I think I had it. I had it covered. Yep. Nabri taken off, coming on. Nabri and I think this timer coming off. Ciala coming on. Alfonso Davis. Alfonso Davis guy is so pacey, man. Ciala and Alfonso Davis have come on. Also, has been taken off rather Laima, Nabri. Ciala, man. by Pamecano. Cano into Alfonso Davies. Plagued by injuries this season. Kane offside, man, has to be offside, man. Pavlovic, offside, yeah. Clearly, Kane was in an offside position. And still the high press, man. I believe, but they're still the press. Mbappe, fouled, man. Foul, other yellow for Jonathan Tah. Is he gonna miss the second leg? Bucks, he's gonna miss the second leg. Yeah, these now the stages, man. If you get booked, chances are you're gonna miss the second leg. You don't even have to foul him there. Guy is moving away from his goal, man. Oh, actually, he's gonna be available. He's not gonna miss the second leg. Not gonna miss. So Brahim Diaz has come on for Ada Gule. Don't know why. Actually, take him off. Take him off. Take him off, Abeloa. Take him off. Come on. There's no malice in that, eh? There's no malice in that. It was not a high tackle. At least even a yellow. Because they are not getting involved. Seem like an awful. They've already been punished. Madrid restart play now with into Carreras. Carreras has been poor today. Carreras has off it by Militao. I don't know why Militao did not start this game. Clearly, the guy who was the experience back there. Rudiger and Militao should have started. Very poor pass by Brahim Diaz, man. Say to Olise, foul by Carreras is gonna be a Bayern. This game seems to be over, guys. Game's over. Odegaard has been taken off, I think, because of that earlier injury. Odegaard is unable to. So Havertz is come on to Luis Diaz on the far side. Luis Diaz versus Trent. Nice tackle by Trent. See, Jude occupying that position. More or less supposed to play in the Thiago position, but can Jude really defend? I don't think. Because it forces Chouameni to be isolated out there, and Chouameni is already on a yellow card. So, can Chouameni actually track players likes of Kane and Musiala? That's why I said, honestly, you guys in the chat, please let me know. What is Jude Bellingham's best position? Please let me know. In 3 years, he do not know his best position. I don't know whether he's a 10, 8, a shadow striker. Yeah. I don't know. Defensively, deep lying playmaker. Of course, he doesn't possess the qualities for that. This is Trent. Cross into the box. Mbappe. Go. Go. Oh. Kylian Mbappe, man. 2-1. 2-1, man. Hey, hope for Madrid. What a pass from Trent. Hey, Trent, man. Passing vision, man. This guy, he has this. His eyes can see things that other people do not see. What a pass, man. What a pass, man. He was clearly onside. Then to the awesome run upfield. Luis Diaz did not track the run. Then, of course, delivered a very sumptuous ball into the box. Yes. Hit by Mbappe. Saved by Neuer, but he was unable to keep it. out of the goal, and eventually the ball went over the line. So it's 2-1, man. Is in. Unlucky. Onside, man. Hey, this game is not over, guys. Game is clearly not. Can Madrid do the remontada? Can they do the remontada, guys? Can they do the remontada? Remontada is a comeback. Can they? They can, Maze. Yeah. Stand over. Yeah. What the heck are you doing? Kane! A corner. Mistake from Trent. He lost out. Kane was able to get into the box. Well defended by Bellingham. Nice. Anyway, for me, I take controversial take. I think Bellingham can actually be trained as a box to box midfielder because one has the kick for it. Two has the body for a midfielder, so he can actually be trained as an 8. Can get by Rudiger, it's out for another corner. So for me, I'd honestly train him in that position because actually, if you have a midfield pairing, not Valverde, Bellingham, and Tchouaméni, it's actually a good midfield. He can actually be trained to play in a different. Olise into the box. Cleared. Oh my goodness. Turned over. Brahim Diaz. Vini. 2 versus 3. Vini coming forward. Vini. Attacked by Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz had to back. Gonna be a free foul by Luis Diaz. Look at for Diaz. Gonna miss the second leg. Now you, especially when any player is booked, yeah, that they're gonna miss the second leg. Any goal in the Arsenal game, still no goals, man. Still 0-0. All Arsenal, past 5-10 minutes. Break down this voting. Anyway, it's a free kick to Madrid to be taken by Trent. This actually looks dangerous. Trent in the box. Cleared by Pavlovic. It's out for a corner. Madrid fans have clearly woken up. Clearly got on their team's back and it has worked. Let's see what Trent can conjure up from this. Another corner to Madrid. Trent into the box. Cleared by Ta. Cleared by Olise. Picked up by Brahim Diaz. Now with the Trent, Brahim Diaz. But this ended 2-2. It actually ended 2. I don't know. Hard game to call now. I don't say the next goal is crucial. But when either team was to get the next goal, then the game would end that way. Luis Diaz is on his own. Nice defending by, was that Mbappe? Yeah, at least Mbappe is back and once. And he's not entirely useless, Mbappe, but from parts of the game, normally just isolated figure out there. I'm not saying that he's bad talent wise, but I've always said more or less unsettled the balance that we had all those years. That's why for me, I've always said it's actually a net club. Bellingham now with the Brahim Diaz. Get away from Diaz. Brahim Diaz is it your Trent. What the heck are you with? The heck are you, man? Carreras. Able to get away from Ciala. Is Brahim Diaz shot straight at Noah. Picking Brahim Diaz. Don't know why this guy never started the game first place. But come on, Musiala is allowed to turn. Musiala, Musiala, Musiala. Without a doubt, man. This is now end-to-end stuff. Bellingham, nice run by Bellingham. You can see, you can actually play as the box to box. Run the ball from out there, man. Vini, Vini, nice defending, man. He's appealing for a penalty. Come on, not gonna play to the whistle. Go play to the whistle. Anyway, guys, make sure you are liking the video and of course subscribing to the channel if you're subscribed. If you're watching this stream and you're not yet subscribed, please do me that awesome favor of liking the video and of course subscribing to the channel. Offside for Mini, man. No foul in there for no foul. Ball was long gone. I don't know why it was a penalty. Oh yeah, Mbappe has now increased the value of goals. He's known for Champions goals, man. Still nil-nil in the Arsenal Sporting game, eh? That game is gonna end that. Do I see a winner? Yellow card for Noah. Time wasting, eh? Very unnecessary. Very, very unnecessary. Noah goes long. Accepted by Carreras. By Olise. Back to you. Now with Noah. Noah into image. Worry for them. Yeah, I knew they were gonna get bypassed, man, by Bayern. And also by Kane. Diaz out. Yeah, it's now 2-on-2. Pape, Pape, Vini saved by Noah. Ish. Ish. It's actually been Vini versus and Mbappe. Noah, man. Those are only two guys that are getting shots in for Madrid. Anyway, it's a corner to Madrid. Taken by Trent. Likes of Militao and Rudiger, man. Serious threats from set pieces. Gonna do. Also, Chouameni is also good in the air. Trent, the box. Cleared by Pavlovic. Ise Carreras. Militao saved by Noah. Yeah. What heck happened there? What was Rudiger doing? Oh, Pavlovic is okay. Ouch. Very awkward landing for Pavlov. Uh, have suffered a concussion, man. Gonna take time to recover from that, eh? Gonna take time to recover from that, man. At least he's back on his feet. Landed awkwardly. Back of the head. Down so hard. Score in the Arsenal game is still nil-nil, man. I'm not gonna finish the game. I actually looks like it has more goals by Musiala, Pavlovic, Musiala, Musiala, Davies, Musiala, shoot! No, I didn't play in stand. Hey, this Bayern press, man. Trent opting to go long, looking for Mbappe. Of course, Mbappe and Davies. Davies also a quick fella, man. A quick fella. No slouch. Back Noah, Noah to Pamecano loses out. Musiala, bad tackle by Musiala on Brahim Diaz. Yellow card. And there, I don't think this guy's gonna miss the second leg. If you get booked second leg, then of course he's gonna miss the first leg final. If they are to get. Whatsoever, it seems like they are doing enough to get there. Alfonso Davies, lucky boy, man. Hey, Noah, man. Actually, Noah revolutionized that position, that sweeper keeper role. Nobody ever knew that keepers can actually be trusted use their feet for a goal kick. Goal was clearly in. Goal line technology coming into play, man. Nowadays, you have goal line technology. Opposed to before, I used to have it. So many teams. He say, nice pass. This is Pavlovic. Pavlovic, nice block by Militao. Kimmich in the Kano. Stanisic actually some runs in that box by Musiala, Davies, all get by Bellingham looking for V. Adidas still playing the transition football, man. Tackle, man. Kept in by that Kimmich with Musiala, Kane, Musiala, Alfonso Davies, Alfonso Davies, right? Alfonso Davies, quick fella, man. Tabaolise, unable to get away from Trent. What the heck are Madrid doing, man? Militao, what the heck? Left in. This is Stanisic. Olise. Can't see. God. Alfonso Davies. Musiala. Just wide. On Musiala. Hey, wonderful switch of play by an overload on that far side. What a wonderful run by Alfonso. Alfonso Davies is a serious threat, man. That pace, uh, acceleration, and pace is very, very dangerous for any defender, especially somebody like Trent. Nice play by V. Carreras. This is Mbappe. 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 Shoot! Mbappe! Shot! Wide. Ah, come on, Mbappe. Come on, get it on target. Bro. Come on. No, you are better than. You are better than. Come on. Ah, why are you trying to place it, man? Just blast it in. Why are you trying to place it from there? No need to place it. Song by Nua, by Olise, is out to Valverde, now with Militao. Any other change that Bayern can make? Like Kane is tired, man. Can they bring on now? Yes, can they bring Goretzka? No need. Jackson, dead food. Don't even bring. Yeah, man. He's actually on loan from Chelsea, and it's like he might be on his way to winning a Champions League just like that. And I don't know whether maybe bring on Carl, maybe take off. But anyway, they played well, man. But they played well. I wouldn't change that mid of Pavlovic. Anyway, gonna have 4 minutes of added time, guys. 4 minutes of added time at the end of the game. Opposed to the first half, we had no minute stoppage time. Trent over the corner for Madrid. Trent into the box. Punched away by Noah. Faza Mbappe. Mbappe into the box. Cleared by Ta. Oh man, Olise. Oh my god. It's 2 versus 1. Diaz. Diaz. Olise. Pass was too strong for him, man. I just get that. Needed to get it right. That was 3-1. Aye. Bayern Munich are in serious trouble. Because they're missing chances. You don't know how the second leg is gonna go. Madrid just need to score fast in that second leg and knows what's gonna happen. So they need to bury it now. They need to bury these chances. But sometimes that's also the issue with this Diaz. Doesn't really have the best out not output. Is Alfonso David shoot Luis Diaz? They are queuing up here. Come on, Luis D. Bro. In your Goretzka and Kal about to come on, This is Luis Diaz offside, man. They're gonna make the changes now. Yep, yeah. That was also the concern with Luis Diaz. That getting very, very good. Never used to have the final output. Either the pass would be underhit or overhit, and unfortunately he hasn't really developed that. I expected him. I've now developed that properly at Bayern. Actually, it's not Carl, it's Bishop. So Bishop and Goretzka coming on, Pavlovic and Luis Diaz off. So more or less a rear guard action now for Bayern. Goretzka at least numbers out there. By Kane. Kane is fouled by Militao. Free kick. Arsenal have scored. Goal has been scored by Kai Havertz. Look at that. How many minutes of added time? Arsenal finally get a goal. Arsenal finally get their goal, man. Goal has been scored by number 29, Kai Havertz. I told you Arsenal are gonna do the business against Sporting. Sporting are not really. Anyway, Victor by Olise. Is he foul? No penalty, man. Get up, man. Assist by Gabriel. So Arsenal have gotten a goal in stoppage time. Goal has been scored by Kai Havertz. Oh, sure, Goretzka loses out. Now with the Mbappe. Away by cleared by Ta. They're just happy Other Bayern are just happy to keep the ball clear now, and block those passing lanes, man. Gonna have at least 30 seconds to a minute. Anyway, as I said, that the referee has blown for full time. So full time, guys, full time, full time. Madrid at home, Bayern Munich. So it's gonna be a day for the away side. Also seem to be grabbing it at the death, man. Have gotten their goal, man. At least now they have a lead to protect second leg. I thought they would do in fancy sporting beat them over 2 legs. Uh referee gonna blow eventually. What is gonna happen? Samo, the box picked up by Raya. Okay, game over. Game over also in the Arsenal game. Game over. So both our featured games are over. Arsenal getting the winner there, courtesy of Havertz, Kai Havertz goal right at the death. 90 plus 1. Jokeres getting one over his former employers. Also for Bayern Munich, the business against stubborn Real Madrid team more or less looked like as if they were gonna. Wasn't for Noah, yeah, at some point maybe it would have been a different case for Real Madrid, but unfortunately, not the case for Madrid. And Bayern Munich carry a lead into the second leg, gonna be played on Wednesday at the Allianz Arena. Also for Arsenal, getting their away victory over Sporting Lisbon, 1-0 victory. Goal has been scored right at the death by Kai Havertz. So they have something to protect. And like, of course, that means that maybe they will rest a few players against Bournemouth. Don't think putting like I said, this was actually a path that started out next Arsenal semi-final because just leg they played Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen. Those guys are done, man. So the other side of the draw was the one that had the big because we had man also had no, how have I forgotten? Oh, Chelsea, yes. So that side of the draw was the one that was quite difficult for the team. But for me, I've always said, no, what the team that is eventually going to win this Champions League, the one that is actually side of the draw, side of the Bayerns and the Liverpool, because I don't think the Arsenal or Barcelona are going to actually come from the draw. That side of the draw has got tough team. Because although have been tested against top clubs, look at a team. Let's right now Madrid are to make final. They have to go through City. They have to go through Bayern. They have to go through Liverpool. So clearly, see, those three teams, man, Bayern former champion, Man City former champion, PSG current hold. So you can clearly see outside of the draw, clearly has the also this game today is actually kind of difficult. Not say whether Bayern are gonna win it or have gone either way. So I'll just call it here. Arsenal, of course, they're never gonna win. There they play, man. There they were actually saved by that leg goal, man. Uh, actually a poor performance from quite poor, and their style of play today was very, very. But anyway, at least it got them over the line. Got them. Let's see whether it's gonna affect them in the long run, which I think it's gonna. I do think that eventually they're gonna bow out of the Champions League. Because if they're going to make it to the semi-final, I don't think they're going to be matchup. Okay, they're going to be a decent matchup for a Barca team, but I don't think they're going to do the two legs against those two teams are quite strong. But I've beaten Atletico in the, like I said, in the knockouts. It's a remember that last season, PSG had lost to Liverpool. Then when they met, round of six, complete Liverpool. It's not a guarantee that if knockout gonna lose, comes to playing knockout football, and certain teams just know how to play. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being part of the stream. At least I can't really say it was the best games of, but at least Madrid, the Bayern game was actually end to end stuff. Kind of an enjoyable game to watch. The Arsenal game, kind of dead. So I did not really follow actually that much. Like highlights. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of. Again, catch me tomorrow. Also cover now the double header. Barcelona versus Atletico from the new camp. Of course, PSG versus Liverpool from the Stade de France. Stade de France, not Stade de France. Yes, so the games are gonna cover tomorrow. I'd say those two games very very exciting. Barcelona, PSG, the two love track, the two that love to that I know what really know where the goal is, because they how to attack and be on the so. Because please, guys, you tune in for tomorrow's game. They're gonna be epic. And until then, guys, hope you guys do take care. Have a wonderful evening. We're gonna see each other tomorrow. And of course, take care, guys. Peace.